I'm totally wrecking my own algorithm with this one. So I'm a graphic designer, but I also love learning languages and other things. And I may have accidentally pigeonholed myself into a niche that's just design. So naturally, I decided to spend 100 hours learning French and made a kind of functional, mostly aesthetic French textbook out of it. I'm not a polyglot. I'm not trying to be. I just have a lot of hobbies. And this isn't really a language learning video, but it's mostly a creative project, a problem-solving spiral, and a fever dream of productivity. So here is how I learned French in 100 hours, and also somehow designed a French textbook with what I'd learned.
Bonjour, Claria.
This is Antoine. He is a French native, an amazing photographer, and the reason I'm learning French. He will be giving me my current skill level test.
Bonjour.
You're so close. Bonjour.
French,
Oh, bonjour.
Est-ce que tu es prête pour le test?
Ah oui, je suis prête pour le test.
Parfait. Part 1. Speaking. Parler. Présente-toi et décris une journée typique pour toi.
Je suis passionnée par l'apprentissage.
You are cheating already in the first grade.
Je suis Gloria, je suis graphiste et j'habite en Corée du Sud, à Séoul. Et chaque jour, je...
And it basically just continued on like that for like 30 minutes.
What was the last part? What is it? Yesterday? Or no, it's got to be in the future, right?
It was not in the future. Skills exam listening, 3 out of 5.
Commander dehors pour lire. Je connais pas.
Tu veux comprendre?
Non.
Alors la suite.
Oui.
I should have said we. Skills exam reading, 2 out of 5.
Dans le week-end.
You don't have to read it. Does it make sense?
It did not make sense. Skills exam writing, 1 out of 5.
So, I came up with a plan. A healthy mixture of reading, writing, speaking, and listening activities, including, but not exclusive to, techniques such as using one textbook, shadowing, using AI tutors to chat, journal activities and worksheets, and a combination of passive and active listening activities. I also wanted to fill in the gaps of what I knew and what I needed to know, so I contacted the best man for the job. My bestie worked tirelessly through space and time to calculate the ultimate list of grammar points I would need to reach my ultimate goal. But I will be honest, I probably would not have made it through if not for my physical and mental health plan. A healthy mixture of meal prep so I could dedicate all of my time to becoming one with the language, and going to the gym as to not lose my mind completely. I created a master list of all of the materials that I'd use throughout my journey. I am one that gets bored quickly if I don't have variety. Thanks, dopamine-wired brain. And these were my tools of the trade / videos / podcast websites that I used. For free, mostly. And saving the best for last. So the first day and the rest of my days looked pretty similar. I would spend the morning eating, going to the gym, and doing some sort of passive listening activity, followed by flashcard reviews of everything that I'd learned in the previous day in Anki. 1 hour or 2 of learning from my textbook, which I wanted to use in addition to all of this other material because at least a textbook gives you some sort of structure to your learning.
And welcome back to the Perfect French. We did it.
And then also learning a few of the grammar terms from my gap assessment list.
Cet ordinateur est ultra performant.
Ultra performant.
Je ne reconnais pas cette voiture.
I decided not to reference the 2,000 word vocab list.
As you can see here, because France is a feminine country.
I think that this would have been too much, and I was already exposing myself to enough vocabulary just from all of the resources that I was using. And because my priority was learning how to speak, in order to prepare to speak French with my real-life boyfriend, I practiced a lot with my AI boyfriend, Ben.
Bonjour, Ben. Quoi de neuf? Ben moi, je débute prendre français plus sérieusement.
Bonjour, c'est super d'entendre ça. Je suis contente que tu commences à apprendre le français plus sérieusement. Quel sujet ou aspect du français aimerais-tu aborder en premier?
So I found this website from another really popular language learning YouTuber, the polyglot Shauma NYC. And while I really liked using it, I found a few issues with the website. The first one being that if I spoke for too long, then it just wouldn't recognize any of what I was saying at all, and I'd have to say something again, but shorter. And the fact that each chat history isn't saved. So every conversation that you have with the AI, your conversation basically starts from scratch. Some things I did like was how you can hover over a word or a sentence to determine the meaning, and how it saves all of the vocabulary that you've learned into a list that you can reference later. Something that I spent most of my time on was, again, grammar. There were just so many gaps, and I felt like without a strong base, I just wouldn't be able to form any sentences at all. I also did a lot of monologuing, so just setting up the camera and filming myself, playing it back, and seeing all the areas that I could improve. Painful, but effective.
Je connais pas le passé composé, mais je vais essayer explain. So hard. Okay. Le matin, je me lève à 7 heures. Je me lève les mains, then encore.
And for the last few days, I did a lot of active recall. So what this means is basically I took a lot of the sentences from the grammar worksheets, from the textbook, from just all of my Anki flashcards, and I wrote out all of the English translations and just took those pieces of paper and tried to translate them to French in my head and out loud.
Classe est très difficile. Voici le prof dont la classe est très difficile. Voici le prof dont la classe est très difficile.
Okay, so I just wanted to preface this interview. It's long. Lots of pauses, mostly uncut, probably painful for someone with my type of attention span to watch. Watch it on 2x speed if you must. I just really wanted to give an accurate depiction of what my level is like. I just feel like a lot of the language learning videos in 24 hours, 7 days, 10 days, 1 month, pick out the best results of their process and then use that to showcase their skills, which is not entirely accurate, which gives people a false impression of how long it actually takes to learn a language, which in turn makes you feel less than for not being able to do something like them in that amount of time. So this is an uncut, unedited, realistic representation of someone who probably represents the average demographic for language learners.
On y va. Allez, let's go. Alors. Clean today.
Partie 1. Speaking. Parler.
Présente-toi. Je m'appelle Gloria. J'ai 27 ans et j'habite à Corée du Sud avec... À Corée? Oh! Corée du Sud, à Séoul, avec mon petit copain dans une petite maison. Je parle Corée
coréen et un petit peu français. Mais non, j'étudie français. J'apprends français, le français. Une journée typique pour moi. Alors, le matin, je me lève à 9 heures. Alors, je mange quelque chose de petit. Et je vais au salle de sport pour exercice. Et après, je rentre à la maison et je me douche.
Quels sont tes passe-temps préférés et pourquoi?
Mon hobby préféré, maintenant, j'aime beaucoup de faire des vidéos comme ça. Ouais. Pourquoi?
Regardez Love is Blind.
C'est vrai.
Hier, j'ai rendu visite à mes grands-parents. Nous avons préparé un bon dîner ensemble et regardé un vieux film français. Après le film, nous avons joué aux cartes jusqu'à minuit.
Hier, la personne va la maison de sa grand-mère et ils ont regardé un film ensemble. Oh, mais aussi ils sont préparés le dîner. Après ils ont regardé le film. Ils ont joué le carte jouer jusqu'à minuit.
Lecture.
Dimanche dernier, je suis allée au marché avec mes amis. Nous avons acheté des fruits frais et du fromage. Ensuite, nous sommes allés pique-niquer au parc et avons profité du beau temps. Après être allés au marché, ils ont acheté des fruits frais et du fromage. Et ils sont allés pique-niquer au parc et profiter du beau temps.
Très bien.
You said that last time too.
Part 4.
And I almost failed the test.
J'écris 3 à 4 phrases qui répondent au prompt.
I don't know about a special day, but my life is so boring.
In French, please.
Ma vie est très nulle. Les mots, c'est pas facile. Shit. Putain. Merde. Chaussures? C'est shoes?
C'est bon? Bonjour Lorraine. J'écris un email à toi parce que je veux te parler de une journée spéciale. Hier, je suis allé au parc pour une petite promenade avec Antoine. On a vu de courir, mais on a obligé nos chaussures. Alors, on est rentré chez moi et on a pris nos chaussures. Antoine n'était pas heureuse et il a crié « Ah !» Après, il a pleuvé. Puis, on se couchait. À bientôt, Lorraine. Your purpose is to speak right, not to write.
You don't like it?
So I started off by taking all of my language learning textbooks and comparing the contents and sections to the ones that I'd be needing in my zine/textbook. I came up with a mood board on Pinterest to determine the overall style of the book, illustration style, the typography, the layout, and all of that fun stuff. Then I came up with a short outline of all the content that I'd be needing in this book, as well as all of the content itself. Thank you to my bestie, ChatGPT. After that, it was just a matter of doing all of the illustrations and kind of figuring out the layout that I'd be copying and pasting for all of the different sections. This is not, and never will be, available to the public for sale for educational purposes because, let's be real, it's probably not going to help you at all. There is no real rhyme or reason to any of these grammar structures. There's no structure. It's just a list of the things that I've learned in French for fun. Fun? Was this fun? This was fun? But I hope this all made sense. I hope this was entertaining for you guys because it was kind of entertaining for me, but also kind of horrible. Would I do it again? Strangely enough, I totally would. I had sacrificed 10 days of my life to be able to have kind of a mini conversation in French with the person that I love. And I think that's pretty incredible because we could all use a little bit more human connection, which is also ironic because I didn't connect with humans for 10 days in order to do this experiment, in order to connect with humans eventually, possibly. And thank you for coming along on this weird, crazy journey. I am sorry if you're a language learner and you stumbled upon this video and channel thinking that it would be another polyglot. I'm not. I'm a graphic designer, and thank you to my graphic designers for watching this, thinking maybe it would be a video about graphic design, but it turned out to be a video about language learning. Grasping at straws here, guys. Just trying to make things cohesive, which is crazy because life is not cohesive. How often do we just compartmentalize every single part of our personality and define ourselves by one thing? I'm a multidisciplinary human being. I also like to go foraging, and when I watch cooking shows, I imagine I was a chef in another life. This is the human experience, I also do bachata. Should I make? Comment down below if you want me to do a bachata related design video, because I will find a way to make it work. So that was 100 hours of French and self-designed textbook that I will probably never use again. 100 hours later, I can speak French. Kind of. I mean, I can talk to my boyfriend, I can order coffee in French, I can monologue about my life and existentialism slowly. More importantly, I remembered why I love language learning and why I will keep making things that nobody asks for. Because it's fun, because I can, and because chaos is a perfectly valid creative strategy. If you enjoyed this chaotic blend of design, poor life choices, and language learning, consider subscribing, or don't. I'm not your French teacher. Merci! À bientôt! À la prochaine!